Good afternoon and welcome to Cbc Tv Mid-Day News. The headlines. President Hichilema officially opens South Expo 2025 in Livingstone. Zambia records 2 deaths amid cholera outbreak. Eastern Province urged to unite in 10th National Day of Prayer. To read the news in detail, I'm Chansa Maimbo. Preparations are underway for the 2025 Lusaka Province Independence Carnival on 25th October at Nkoloma Stadium in Charleston, which will be honored by Vice President Mutalena Lumango. The event will feature cultural performances representing all 10 provinces alongside musical and entertainment presentations. The street procession will move through Kalingalinga, Helen Kaunda, Mutendere, Kaunda Square, and Kamanga before accumulating at Nkoloma Stadium. Members of the public are encouraged to attend and celebrate Zambia's 61 years of peace and unity. More in this report. Transparency International Zambia (TIZ) has commended the government and the Electoral Commission of Zambia for starting the voter registration exercise ahead of the 2026 elections. TIZ calls for transparency, fairness, inclusivity to the process, urging measures to address power outages, extend registration periods, and improve public awareness, especially in underserved areas. The organization emphasizes that every eligible citizen must be able to register without discrimination, noting that a credible process is vital for Zambia's democratic integrity. More in this report.
Transparency International Zambia commends the government of the Republic of Zambia through the Electoral Commission of Zambia for initiating the mass voter registration exercise ahead of the 2026 general election. The timely commencement of this crucial democratic process is a positive step towards ensuring broad citizen participation in the upcoming polls and fulfilling the constitutional requirements set out in Article 45 and 46 of the Constitution of Zambia, Amendment Act Number 2 of 2016, as further detailed under the Electoral Process Act Number 35 of 2016. While TI Zambia welcomes the initiative, we wish to raise several concerns and recommendations aimed at safeguarding the integrity, inclusivity, and credibility of the registration process. Firstly, TIZ urges the ECZ to uphold the principle of transparency, accountability, integrity, impartiality, inclusivity, credibility, and fairness in the deployment and functionality of voter registration kits in line with Section 4 and 5 of the Electoral Process Act Number 35 of 2016. These principles are fundamental to ensuring that no region or demographic group is disadvantaged due to logistical challenges, technical failures, or uneven deployment of equipment.
Traditional leaders have called for united action on climate justice, saying environmental protection is a shared duty. Speaking at the 2025 Climate and Environmental Justice Rally in Lusaka, Chieftainess Mzoro III of Mambwe said forests, rivers, and soils must be preserved for future generations. Chieftainess Muwezwa I and Chief Munkwa echoed the call, urging communities to plant trees, use clean energy, and protect nature for a greener, just Zambia. More in this report.
The challenge goes beyond one chiefdom, one region. It is a national call for transformation. Climate justice must ensure that every household has access to water, energy, and sustainable livelihoods. Let this rally strengthen our shared resolve as one family, one people, and one earth. If we stand together, our mother Zambia will not only survive climate change, but she will thrive and lead Africa towards a greener, fairer tomorrow.
When we say justice has no borders, we mean that the environment rights must not depend on where we live or what you earn. A child in Muwezwa has just as much right to breathe clean air as a child in Saka. A farmer in Wapula deserves the same access to health land as one in Central Province.
Climate justice demands that every citizen, from rural farmers to urban dwellers like yourselves here, takes part in healing the land. Together, let us transform Zambia into a model of environmental leadership in Africa.
Deserves the same access to health land as one in Central Province.
Climate justice demands that every citizen, from rural farmers to urban dwellers like yourselves here, takes part in healing the land. Together, let us transform Zambia into a model of environmental leadership in Africa, where growth is green and justice has no borders.
Tourism Minister Rodney Skumba has called on Zambians, especially from the private sector, to invest in the country's tourism industry. Speaking ahead of the Southern Province Expo, Mr. Skumba said the sector holds immense potential for national development and is open to everyone. He highlighted investment opportunities across Zambia, from Victoria Falls to the Siavonga Highlands. The Southern Province Expo, which President Hakainde Hichilema will attend, aims to attract both local and foreign investors to boost Zambia's private sector-led growth. More in this report. Ministry of Defense Permanent Secretary Mambo Hamwadu has reminded men and women in uniform to uphold discipline and avoid sexual exploitation and abuse during peacekeeping missions. Speaking at the opening of training Speaking at the opening of training on the prevention and protection from sexual exploitation and abuse in peace support operations in Lusaka, Mr. Hamwadu said such acts harm victims and undermine the credibility of nations involved in peacekeeping. He urged officers in the military, police, and correctional services to serve with authority, discipline, and protection, bringing safety, not fear, to the communities they serve. SADC Secretariat Brigadier Talamo described the training as a reaffirmation of shared values and thanked the Zambia Defense Force for hosting the exercise in partnership with SADC. More in this report.
Commitment to upholding the dignity, safety, and rights of all individuals affected by conflict and displacement. Sexual exploitation and abuse are not only violations of international law and human rights, they are betrayals of the very principles that underpin peacekeeping and humanitarian services. Distinguished delegates, SADC is guided by international, continental, and regional instruments which I will not endeavor to unpack at this juncture. I conclude, allow me once again to thank in appreciation the Zambian Defense Force for collaborating with SADC Secretariat in hosting this important training and to its leadership in promoting regional security and human rights.
Let this training renew our collective resolve to build peace with compassion, serve with humility, and lead with integrity. Let us ensure that wherever Zambia and SADC personnel serve, whether under the national flag or the
Eastern Province Guidance and Religious Affairs Officer Dabwiso Banda has called on citizens to take part in the 10th National Day of Prayer, Fasting and Reconciliation this Saturday, October 18th. He urged Zambians to pray for peace, unity and prosperity ahead of the general elections. Bishop Gaston Nyaku of the International Coalition of Fellowships also encouraged people to observe the day with humility and sincerity, saying prayer remains a powerful tool for national transformation. Provisional celebrations will be held at David Kaunda Stadium in Chipata. More in this report.
Remember also that the nation is heading to the polls next year. So these are the last prayers before we go to the polls. So these prayers are important because we pray for the nation. Also, we'll be celebrating about patriotism, hard work, and love for the nation. 2025 is a jubilee year. Praying the blessings of jubilee to rest heavily upon this nation. So we're calling upon each and every citizen of this great republic and also other people, foreigners, to come together and to pray for the nation. So this year's National Day of Prayer will be celebrated countrywide. For us in Eastern Province, the provincial celebration will be at DK Stadium, starting from 7 hours to 17 hours, whereas various districts will celebrate also at designated places. What is important to mention is the theme for this year. So we are celebrating under the theme One Nation Under God, consolidating and harvesting national development and spiritual resilience in the 10th wave of national prayers. So these are inspired by two scriptural passages, that is Genesis chapter 8 verse 22, as well as Acts chapter 3 verse 19. So that is concerning this day.
We take a break. On the other side, join me with sports and international news.
Christ Life Church presents
Women Flourish Conference.
Luke 10, verses 38 to 42. Theme: At the Feet of the Master, the woman after God's heart. Dates: 31st October to the 2nd of November 2025. An amazing time to share the word. From Friday, 13 to 17 hours. Saturday, 8 hours to 17 hours. Sunday, 8 hours to 12 hours. Simply call the hotline on +260 9780 11790.
Host Dr. Ngoma Chela. Guest Pastor Martha Chishimba. Guest Pastor Catherine Sheila Mulea. Guest Pastor Favor Moses. Pastor Libby Mwale. Speaker Mildred Mutesa.
Come through to plot number 4, Zambezi Drive, Ibex Meanwood.
Women Flourish Conference.
Welcome back. Thank you for staying tuned. We continue with the news. In sports news, Zescondola girls captain Avel Chitundu has made history, becoming the first player in the 2025-2026 Women's Super League season to score in 4 consecutive matches. Her decisive goal against Zanaco Ladies on Saturday marked her 8th of the season and lifted her to the top of the league's scoring chart. Retaining from injury, Chitundu has now scored in 5 of Zesco's matches, including a hat-trick on her first appearance this season. She credits teamwork and discipline for her success, saying she takes every game as it comes. Chitundu continues to inspire young players as Zescondola girls push to defend their league title. The government has announced that it will continue to pay outstanding arrears owed to players and coaches despite suspending new funding to the Football Association of Zambia. The National Sports Council of Zambia has clarified that the decision to suspend funding is a temporary measure aimed at promoting funds to provide a clear roadmap to improve the men's national team's performance. The government is committed to settling all outstanding arrears, including salary arrears for coaches, winning bonuses, drawing bonuses, and various allowances. The Ministry of Youth, Sport and Arts has emphasized the importance of transparency, accountability, and performance-based funding for all sports federations. The decision follows Zambia's 1-0 defeat to Niger, which ended the country's hopes of qualifying for the 2026 FIFA World Cup. In international news, we monitor the BBC.
Being very clear about
what I think is right, but I'd be in coordination with other states and other countries.
Are you satisfied? I mean, some people might say